means you can schedule an appointment for PT without a doctor's order. Sports rehab, post-joint replacement, back pain. Schedule an appointment for evaluation and treatment. Mark, Robin, Nikki, and Derek will get you on your way to better health and activity. Call 785-227-3308 and ask for physical therapy at Lindsborg Community Hospital.
This is the Smoky Valley Vikings postgame show. Coming up, the Salina Ortho Player of the Game, scores from around the area, final stats, and an interview with the coach. This is Smoky Valley Vikings basketball on 95.5 The Rock.
This is the Bank of Tiscott postgame show, Generations of Confidence, Relationships for Life. Member FDIC, and remember, don't miss the Rockingham Media Scoreboard Show tonight from 10 to 11 on Sports Radio 1150 KSAL. Get a recap of this game, scores from the area, and other wraps from other Rockingham Media station. That's the Rockingham Media Scoreboard Show from 10 to 11 on Sports Radio 1150 KSAL. 60-34 was our final. The Swathers scoring went this way: 2 points for Dirksen, 3 points for Clausen, 3 points for Dunleavy, 8 points for Richardson, and then in double figures, 20 points for Kaylee Joannes and 24 points for Kaiser. For the Vikings, 2 points Haven Shugren, 2 points Jackie Hulse, 3 points Kira Haxton, 4 points Carrington Haxton, and then 2 Vikings in double figures, Amanda Bahana, 11, and Jordan Otto, 12. Time now for the Salina Ortho Player of the Game. Salina Ortho is a proud sponsor of Player of the Game. And for the Vikings, we're going to give it co-players of the game to Amanda Bahana with 11 and Jordan Otto with 12 for the Vikings. They were able to keep the Vikings somewhat in the game. Got off to a 10-5 run to start the second half and put a little worry in the Hesston Swathers, but they just couldn't maintain it, and they end up falling by the score of 60-34. But what a night for Elise Kaiser. 14 first quarter points on her way to 24 points, and in the middle 2 quarters, Kaylee Joanne scoring 19 of her 20 points in the second and third quarter. So what a performance by those two for the Hesston Swathers. But that'll wrap it up for the girls. Boys game is next. We'll take a 1-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll have boys pregame. Hesston Smoky Valley coming up right after this.
Auburn.
Hello, today I'm here with Blake Hebel. Blake, I'm just going to talk to you a little bit about a couple weeks ago. You guys played in the Sterling Invitational. You got 2 victories over there. Just kind of talk about what you guys did well.
Well, we started slow at the tournament, lost to a team we shouldn't have lost to, but we bounced back pretty well, and I think it all started with defense, and we kind of carried that into the 5th place game against Yucatan and got a big win last second, so that was important for us and our confidence.
And then, came back home last Friday against Clay Center. You guys played really well, blew them out. What did you guys do well there?
I think we kind of started to play as a team, something we've been missing this entire season. We just haven't quite clicked yet, and I think we clicked defensively, and we got out in fast break and scored some transition buckets, and it helped us stretch a lead, and then our defense kind of just kept it there.
All right, thanks. Good luck tonight against Hesston.
All right, thank you.
To Smoky Valley Gym as the Vikings and the Hesston Swathers get ready to do battle. A 50-41 victory for the Hesston Swathers at Hesston back in December, but the Vikings were without Brett Heitschmidt in that game. He's back. He's not quite completely healthy, but he's back and ready to raring to go for the Vikings. The Vikings come into tonight with a 9-6 record. Hesston coming in with a 11-3 record. I mentioned their league standings here a little while ago. They're at 4-1 in league standings. The Vikings are at 3-2, so the Smoky Valley Vikings would certainly love to be able to knock them off and tighten up the league race. Had a chance to talk with Coach Doug Snyder earlier before the game started, and we'll have his thoughts for you right now.
Welcome back to more Viking pregame. Don Binks along with Coach John Bell as you get ready to come back.
Got the wrong interview here for me. Just wait 1 second. Now we got the right
And
one.
welcome back to more Viking pregame. Don Binks along with Coach Doug Snyder as you get to take on the Hesston Swathers, one of the teams you play twice every year, and went down to their place and played a relatively close game, and now we get Brett back for this game.
Yeah, and I know that was one of the games that Brett was really chomping on the bit to be back for. It was a struggle for us, although I thought we played a decent game. There were a number of aspects of it that I thought we could have done better, but we went there and lost, I think, a 50-41 contest, and felt like we had a lot of opportunities to be right there at the end of that game. They really took it to us there to open the half. For some reason, it always seems like that third quarter has been the swing quarter in all of our games the last few years, because even the game we beat them here last year, I think we had a really good third quarter and kind of set them back a little bit. So it's going to be important for us, I think, to really have 32 good minutes tonight and get our guys to play with that same aggression that they had last Friday at home and same energy. And because this is a team that, they can get behind, but they can score in bunches as well. They really crank up their defensive intensity, and they bother you a lot in the passing lane. So it's going to be important for us to be smart with the ball tonight. And like you said, we've got Brett back. That gives us another weapon from the outside. And, he's been scoring nicely and getting some boards for us, and still trying to work his wind up a little bit. And, it's tough when you sit out 9 games to get that back and get that going. And it wasn't even really where he could work out very much. So, getting to the point now where he's starting to build all that back up, he's starting to build up that confidence too, which really helps.
And you look back to Tuesday's game at Hoisington, and it seemed like a pretty complete game.
Yeah, it was. There were some things I thought we could have done a lot better. I'm always very nitpicky with things. But, again, it was a team that I felt like once we got up to a 10 or 12-point lead there in the first half, I think it was 10, I felt like we had a pretty good shot at being able to stay on that. And then the run they went on to end the half to cut it back to 2, it was disappointing for me. And then it was kind of a back and forth game there for a while in the third quarter until we finally got a little run to end the third and into the fourth. But the thing I was most pleased with is how we were pretty consistent. We just kind of stayed the course. We didn't let anything get to us a lot. It was a pretty quiet gym, but our guys just kind of stayed through all the muck and kept things going. And we finished the game strong, I thought. I thought we made good decisions down the stretch. Finished plays when we had to finish plays, and got stops when we had to get stops. And I don't care who you play, that's important. Anytime you've got a game that's close, you always have a team that has a chance to hit a couple of big shots, and they're right back in the game. So we were able to get those stops the way we needed to, and we were able to take care of the ball offensively, and a good finish for us.
Got a Hesston team coming in with a couple of top-notch players, and they're always toward the top of the league. What's it going to take to defeat the Swathers tonight?
They always bring something different to the table. The first time we played him, Reese Nebel and the Cox kid had 37 of their 50 points. And, the Cox kid, I think, hit some big threes for him that we didn't expect him. He hadn't hit him on film yet, and we hadn't seen him do that a whole lot. But they're just the type of team that when they get some confidence rolling, they play pretty well. They've always believed that word Hesston on their chest is a pretty big deal, and I think it is. But we've tried to talk to our guys recently about the fact that, the Smoky Valley on our chest is pretty important as well, and that this is a team that if we play the way we're capable of playing, we can go out and execute and do the things that we want to do, that we can leave there with a W. But it's going to be really important for us to do the things that we're good at. We're going to have to establish the inside game with Ben and Jacob and even Brett down there and Blake. And we're going to have to get the kickouts and knock down shots from, Nick and Brett and Cole and those guys that are normally shooting for us. So it's going to have to be one of those games where you play smart. Hesston's really good about outsmarting teams. So like you mentioned the other night, if that was a complete game, we need another complete game tonight.
Sounds like a plan, Coach. Good luck.
Thanks.
Doug Snyder of the Vikings, and we'll be back with more pregame right after this.
Linsborg Community Hospital and Family Healthcare Clinic, supporting concussion safety and impact testing for all athletes who call the Smoky Valley home. Bethany College Swedes succeed. Bethany students lead lives of faith, learning, and service as they find their own pathways on Bethany's beautiful campus that's filled with opportunities to get involved with art, music, theater, athletics, service learning, sustainability, leadership, global citizenship, and more. Swedes succeed in their career and their communities. Learn more at www.bethanylb.edu.
The Old Stuga in downtown Lidsborg is celebrating 40 years in business. Home of the famous Brent Nelson sandwich. Visit them on South Main Street. Go Vikings and go Swedes.
Game day starts and finishes at Farley's Bar and Grill in downtown Lidsborg. Located at 101 North Main, this upscale, one-of-a-kind establishment offers a wide variety of drink and food specials. Come try their jalapeno poppers, coconut chicken tenders, or their classic Monte Cristo. Then wash it down with an ice-cold beer or tall glass of wine. Farley's Bar and Grill at the corner of Lincoln and Main in downtown Lidsborg. Farley's, your game day headquarters for the Smoky Valley Vikings and Bethany Swedes.
Welcome back to Smoky Valley Gym. Nick Reinert still leads the Vikings in scoring at 17.5 points, but he's got company in double figures with Jacob Adams averaging 10.5, Ben Weldy 10.9, and Brett Heitschmidt 11.7. So it's nice to have company in double figures. Zach Abel chipping in with 3.2, Blake Hebel 2.4, and Carson Winholtz 1.3 and Lane Schrog 1.6, a total of 54.7 points per game. Leading the free throw shooting is Ben Weldy at 87%, followed by Jacob Adams at 71, Brett Heitschmidt, and, Nick Reinert at 70, Brett Heitschmidt at 69%. Then it kind of drops off a little bit. And then three-point shooting leading the way is Zach Abel at 40%, 8 of 20, 39% for Cole Brumbaugh, 38% for Brett Heitschmidt, 35% for Ben Weldy, and 35% also for Nick Reinert. He shot 104 three-pointers on the night. So that's a little bit about how the Vikings score. And, of course, Hesston, we don't have stats for them, but the leading scorer in the game in December was Cameron Cox with 22 points, followed by Reese Nebel with 15. And again, Latonio Unruh either got kicked off the team or quit, one or the other. He's not with the team anymore, so he is not available for tonight's game. We'll time out for a national anthem. When we come back, we'll have starters and the tip-off of tonight's game. You're listening to Smoky Valley Basketball, back right after this.
At State Farm, when home and auto.
Let's meet the starting lineups for
Discount
tonight's
on all top,
game.
side, and bottom seals with installation. Overhead door counter.
For Hesston, a 5'9" junior, number 1, Cameron Cox. And for the Smoky Valley Vikings, it's a 6-foot senior, number 3, Nick Reiner. For Hesston, a 5'11" senior, number 5, Mitchell Martin. And for the Vikings, a 6'1" senior, number 5, Zach Abel. For the Swathers, a 6'1" junior, number 10, TJ Taves.
Senior, he's 6 foot. He wears number 14.
For the Smoky Valley Vikings,
he's a junior. He's
junior,
6'6". He wears number 24. So for Coach Greg Raleigh, he'll send out Cox, Martin, Taves, Nebel, and Martin, and the Smoky Valley Vikings tonight. They'll stick with the lineup they've gone with almost all the way since early December after Brett Heitschmidt got hurt. He'll send out Nick Reinert. He's a senior. He's 6 foot. He wears number 3. Zach Abel. He's a senior. He's 6'1". He wears number 5. Blake Hebel. He's a junior. He's 6 foot. He wears number 23. Jacob Adams. He's a senior. He's 6'4". He wears number 24. And Ben Weldy. He's a senior. He's 6'4". He wears number 42. So Coach Doug Snyder, assisted by Alan Meyer and Dayton Walter, will send out Reinert, Abel, Hebel, Adams, and Weldy. And the Vikings in their home white uniforms, black lettering, black numerals trimmed in orange, and white and black striping down the side with the Viking logo on the side. And the Hesston Swathers, all black road uniforms, white lettering, white numerals trimmed in red and black and white, and an H on the side of their shorts. And it's the Vikings and the Swathers. Vikings will be shooting at the east end of this east and west court. Ben Weldy will be jumping against Blake Martin, 6'6" against 6'4". And we are ready to go. Sit back and enjoy. Hopefully the Vikings can come away with a victory here tonight. Tipped and going to re-tip. They called it dead after both went back all the way to the floor. This time tipped and controlled by the Vikings. Had a couple of finals in girls action. South over 60-52. And Minneapolis over Sacred Heart, 54-33. First possession, and Ben Weldy. Blake Hebel took off the one way, and Ben Weldy's pass went the other way, so it's a turnover. Smoky Valley on the first possession. Cox will bring it into the front court. Vikings will go man-to-man here early. Get into Martin, Mitchell Martin. Back to Cox. Around to number 10, Taves. Baseline drive, Nebel. Good. Reese Nebel. He gets the first basket, and it's Hesston and Smoky Valley, 2-0 Swathers. Round it goes, looking for Jacob inside, not there. Now goes to Jacob, and last touch by, we're going to have a foul. Blake Martin gets whistled for the foul inside. I wonder Jacob couldn't get the ball. Whistled right by both of them. Zach able to get it into Reinert. Cox all over him. Reinert wanted to trigger a shot but didn't. Back out to Ben Weldy. They'll reset the offense. Ben hands it off to Reinert. And a reach in, and they'll call it a turnover. They'll get the jump ball. Cox reached in and got the ball. Vikings turned it over, so 2 turnovers for the Vikings on the first 2 possessions. Nebel, Cox. Zach Abel got knocked down, and a whistle and a foul inside. Oh, on the shot. Oh, my goodness. Come on, Claire. That didn't. So Jacob Adams is going to get a foul. And Cameron Cox will be at the free throw line shooting 2. Cox free throw, good. 3-0. And got them both. So it's a 4-0 run to start the game by the Hesston Swathers. Reinert. And there's a There's Cameron Cox running into Jacob Adams. Reinert run him right into Jacob Adams, and Jacob Adams knocked over. And Greg Raleigh not necessarily agreeing, but smiling. It's like, I know, you got to call something. You can't call Jacob Adams for he's standing completely still on the screen. There's Blake Hebel, not there for Jacob Adams. Blake Hebel still with it on the dribble now. Goes cross court to Nick. Reinert looking for Adams or Weldy, one or the other. Ooh, Weldy broke open there momentarily, but didn't get the pass from Nick. Now to Jacob. Too strong? No, got the spin. And Jacob got 2. 6:11 to go. Around it goes to Neville, inside, or outside Blake Martin, out to Cox, and he can't hold on to it. Goes all the way up almost into my booth. And turnover, Hesston there first. 41 checks in. That's Bollinger. 4-2, our score at the 6:03 mark. Viking basketball now with a chance to tie it up with a 2-point basket or take the lead with a 3. The ball knocked away by Reese Nibble. Reese all the way in and good. Turnover Vikings turns into points Hesston. 6 for the Swathers, 2 for Smoky Valley. A little sloppy here. 3 turnovers already on the Vikings. Blake Hebel on the dribble out to Ben Weldy. Ben's going to launch a long 3. No. Rebound inside. Neville. Quickly up into the front court. Oh, and steal by Jacob Adams. And Jacob's going to get called for the travel. Had it. Just couldn't get it dribbled quick enough to get his feet set. And official says something to both Ben Weldy and Jacob Adams. I don't know what that could be about. Cameron Cox will put it in play underneath the Hesston's own basket. Bollinger back to Cameron Cox, little shot. Good. Wow, that was a flat shot that went in. And it's 8. Hesston. Smoky Valley, just 2. And we got a whistle and a foul inside on Hesston. Bollinger. He gets a foul. For the Vikings, checking in, Lane Schrog, Brad Heitschmidt. Abel out and Weldy out. Reiner to Hebel. Get their offense started. Hebel on the dribble, still far side. Off to Nick now between the circles. He'll reset at the 5-minute mark. Vikings trailing 8-2 here. Here's Reiner. Kick out to Heitschmidt. Heitschmidt on the dribble out to Lane Schrog. Lane on the dribble out to Reiner. Reiner in the lane. Shot. Can't go. Rebound. Hesston. Nibble. On the dribble. In the penetration into the lane. Shot up and good. Reese Nibble. Hesston has 10. Smoky Valley 2. Here's Jacob inside. He's fouled. And Jacob will have 2 free throws. Taves, guilty party. 4th team foul on Hesston, but the Vikings aren't doing anything with it. Adams, free throw, good. Broke a 6-0 run by the Swathers. And he got them both. Carson Winholtz in as well. So Winholtz and Schrog and Heitschmidt joining Reinert and Adams. Hesston basketball. Martin has it. Around it goes to Reese Nebel. Out top on the dribble, guarded by Winholtz. Inside to Bollinger. Bollinger with the drive. Shot. Travel. Turnover, Hesston. Number 3. Somebody else checked in, number 34. Yeah, too many guys in their lineup. Arnold. Out it goes to Schrog. Man-to-man defense by Hesston all over the court. Here's Carson Winholtz out on the wing with it. Over to Nick Reinert. Reinert drive in the lane off to Jacob. Has it blocked from behind. Jacob gets his own rebound. Jacob out to Schrog. 10-footer baseline. Good. Lane Schrog hits one for the Vikings. 6 for Smoky Valley. 10 for the Swathers. Arnold gets it off to Neville. Around it goes to Taves. To Spencer. Kick around to Arnold. And almost a steal by Lane Schrog. Now it goes to Reese Neville. Reese with it. Oh, my goodness. Should be an offensive foul. Reese Neville just knocked Nick Reinert out of the way. That was an offensive foul if I've ever seen one, but nothing called. Hesston will put on a full court press. Ben Weldy in. Jacob Adams out. It's a man's game out there tonight. Vikings trail 10-6. Hesston won the game in December at Hesston, 50-41. Lane Schrog on the dribble drive, all the way to the baseline. Kick it out to Reinert. They'll reset. 3 minutes left to go here, first quarter action. Reinert on the dribble, at the elbow. Shot up, no. Carson Winholtz rebound out to Heitschmidt. Three-pointer, no. Rebound Dirksen inside, or Bollinger inside. And here comes Hesston. A couple good looks by the Vikings. Nick probably should have pulled up instead of trying to get all the way to the rim. He had to really stretch out to get to the rim. Here's Taves. Shot. No. Rebound, Ben Weldy. Quickly up to Reinert. Here comes Nick on the run across the timeline. Off to Heitschmidt. His three ball. In and out. Rebound, Hesston. Vikings can't get the balls bouncing funny. That one rimmed around and went out the side, and nobody was there for the rebound for Smoky Valley. Cox with it out top. Gets it off to Spencer. Round it goes top to Cameron Cox. Cox in the lane. Floater. Good. Cox gets Hesston 12. Smoky Valley 6 at the 2-minute mark. Reinert slowly across the timeline, now into the front court. Off it goes to Lane Schrog, looking for a screen. Trying to get Bollinger and Weldy in a real man's battle inside there. Here's Weldy in the lane. Got the roll. Soft touch with the left hand by Ben Weldy. Good for 2. 8-12. Oh, a steal by Brett Heitschmidt. Heitschmidt and blocked. And a foul on Arnold. Now Arnold picks up a foul. Free throw, Heitschmidt, good. You worry about Brett with that injury, getting fouled so hard like that, but he no worse for the wear. Neville back in, Blake Martin back in, Mitchell Martin back in. 22, Spencer still in, and Cox still in. That one too hard. Rebound, Hesston. 9, Smoky Valley. 12, Hesston. Round to Cameron Cox, far side wing. Spencer, top of the key, 3, good. Wow, he caught that in motion and hit it. Beautiful looking shot. He did not score in the game at Hesston. Off it goes to Zach Abel. Off to Reinert. Reinert on the wing. Reinert drive. Little floater in the lane. No. Tip out. And oh, they're going to call Carson Winholtz for the rebounding foul. My goodness, I thought Carson got fouled. Blake Keeble back in. 15-9. Hesston with the lead and the basketball with 47 seconds left in the first half. Cox slowly up to the front court. On the dribble, baseline, it goes to Spencer. He just hit a 3 a moment ago. Here's Neville. Out top to Cox. 30 seconds left to go. Coach Raleigh hollering out some kind of instructions. I think they're going to let and just run every bit of time they can get to go and then go for a shot. Now it's down to 15 seconds. They'll set a play up. Vikings stay 2-3 zone. Round it goes to Spencer. Out top to Martin. Lob underneath Nebel. Missed it. Rebound Blake Martin over the back. No. And 0.9 seconds to go. Blake Martin should have got called for over the back, but didn't. Coach trying to get a foul, but he didn't draw one. Nebel too close to him, actually, to make that even the possibility. But the first quarter ends. Hesston on top by the score of 15-9. Back with quarter number 2 right after this.
Ace your next harvest with A-Series beans from Phelps Seed.
Hello, Viking fans. Virus here to give you a quick update on what we've got going on this week at Smoky Valley. Today, the varsity wrestling team is at Rose Hill. That meet started at 11 o'clock today and will finish tomorrow. This will be their final meet before they host league on Thursday. Following tonight's games, the basketball teams will not play until they travel to Pratt next Friday. On that Saturday, the 10th, the JV boys team goes to Lions for their tournament, while the JV girls host their tournament. And that's all we've got going on this week in the Valley.
For Smoky Valley, Cox, Nebel, Martin, Taves, and the other Mitchell on the court for Hesston. First possession belongs to Smoky Valley. Reinert out between the circles with it. Cox very close to him. Not close enough to get the 5 count started yet. Off it goes to Zach Abel. Zach looking for Ben Weldy out top, has him. Gets their big guy out from the basket. Now over to Zach near side. Off to Reinert. Reinert drives, side of the lane. Elevates, shot, good. Nick Reinert got to the rim that time. First points of the quarter belong to the Vikings. 15-11. Nebel with it outside. Baseline corner. Inside to Cox, loose, and stolen by the Vikings. Turnover number 4 for the Swathers. Winholtz with it on the dribble, and he loses it. Turnover Vikings, number 5. Reese Nebel on the deflect defense. Steal by Blake. No, it's not a steal. Cox comes up with it. Cox kick it out. Around it goes to the top to Reese Nebel. He's still on the dribble. Baseline to Mitchell. His shot. Wow, they shoot the flattest arching shots. Mitchell Martin, 4-2. Wow. How can you go through the lane and get bumped and get no foul called? Reinert's shot goes off the glass and no, nothing there. There's another shot missing. Rebound. And Martin and Reinert tangled up on a jump ball, and it stays with the Swathers. It is, I said that earlier, it is a man's game out there. Nick Reinert driving to the basket that last possession down on this end, and he got bumped out. And that's got to be a foul. You can't bump a shooter. Taves with it out top to Blake Martin. Now out to Cameron Cox. Cox on the dribble drive. Baseline pass. Three-pointer swish by Grady Taves. 20 for Hesston at the 6-minute mark. Zach Abel to Winholtz and knocked away. There's all kinds of contact. Taves shot good and one. They're just playing such inspired basketball right now. Nick Reinert on the foul. Nick's wondering, how can you get a foul? How can I get a foul called on the other end? Grady Taves, where'd he come from?
Number 41, Ben Bowman,
McDonald in. Carter. Camden McDonald. 23 to 11. 5:47 mark. Blake Hebel with it out top. It goes to Reinert. Inside to Heitzschmidt in the lane. Little floater. No. Rebound Bollinger. They're out hustling us right now for every loose ball. We got to pick up the pace. These guys aren't that much better than we are. Neville, 3 are good. Just a pull-up. And Coach Snyder upset. Reese Neville gets his 6th point. And a timeout will step aside as well. 25-11. Hesston with the lead. Back right after this.
Do you know what major TV networks, Hall of Fame athletes, wineries, pubs, famous chefs, and brides and grooms from the
Hello everyone, today I'm here with senior basketball player Brett Heitzschmidt. Brett, I just want to start off with asking you about your injury and kind of the process of getting back out there.
Yeah, so our first game of the season, I injured my Achilles, and I just recently started playing again. So how many weeks is that? Like,
yeah,
a couple months.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it kind of stunk since it was my senior season, but it's good. It's definitely good to be back.
And so...
Getting everything going their way. It was 12 to 9, and then they have gone on a 13-2 run here to take a 14 point lead. There's Jacob Adams. They threw it into him, and finally get a foul called on the Swathers. That is their 6th foul, so it's going to be 1-1 now. On the next foul, if that's 6. That's 2 on Bollinger.
His first personal foul, team 6.
I have 2 on Bollinger. I only have 1 on him. I wonder who I put that one on incorrectly. Off it goes to Ben Weldy, Heitzschmidt, Adams, Reinert. Gonna shoot that Nick 3-pointer. No. Rebound Hesston. Vikings have it go off their hands and right to Hesston. Reese Nebel with it out to Martin, and ball loose and picked up by Hesston. Loose ball goes to Hesston. Teams can't get the ball to go their way. Nebel outside to McDonald. Round it goes to Martin. Near side Nebel. Step back 3. No. Rebound. Roll loose and then picked up by the Vikings. Here comes Reinert quickly on the run. Reinert still with the dribble. Wanted to go to Ben Weldy. Now finally does. Here's a 3-pointer. Good! Ben Weldy with an Arn Reinert CPA 3-pointer. Boy, did the Vikings need that. 14 points now for the Vikings at the 4:10 mark. Round it goes to McDonald inside to Blake Martin. Little layup. Good. His first basket of the night.
Blake Martin for 2.
Reinert on the drive. Kick out to Heitzschmidt. His 3 ball. In and out. No good. Blake Martin at 6'6", controlling the boards inside. Vikings not getting a body on him to screen him out. Here's a 3-pointer baseline. Good by Grady Taves. Where did this guy come from? He's got 9 points in this quarter. 30-14. There's a shot inside. Heitzschmidt for 2. Vikings got to start stopping. Got to get some stops. How do you stop a hot shooting team like these Swathers tonight? Don't have shooting percentages, but they are on fire. Heitzschmidt knocks it away, but saved by Taves. Nebel 3, baseline. It's good. Reese Nebel with the 3. Unconscious are these Swathers. Brumball 3. No. (33-16). McDonald has it stripped away by the Vikings. And Jacob can't handle the pass. Next pass, beautiful pass. Just timing wrong for Jacob to pick it up. and turn it over on the Vikings. Turnover number 6 is all I have them for.
Number 42, Isaac Decker.
Got so many guys suited up tonight. Decker, number 42, comes in. Cox with it, guarded by Reinert. Inside, shot partially blocked. Rebound, miss. Inside, Jacob Adams, rebound. Reinert, shot. Can't stay in. Jacob Adams. And a rebounding foul on Jacob Adams. They got so many guys, they could just keep running them in like crazy. 35. I don't even have 35 in my book either.
Fouls on the Swathers, number 42, Isaac Decker. Jacob Adams for the line.
Jacob Adams' free throw is good. And the second one, no. Rebound picked up by Reese Nebel. Up quickly to Spencer. Missing on the rebound on the foul is Hesston. Jacob Adams will be up for a 1-and-1.
Number 42, Isaac Decker.
Decker picks up his first foul.
His second. Adams to the line for a 1-and-1.
Moving my stuff around here a little bit for me. Second Jacob Adams free throw. Got them both. Nicely done, Jacob. He's 5 out of 6 from the charity stripe. Putting in play is number 35. I got 35. Yeah, it's Schmidt. To Cox. Up to Spencer. To Nebel. Nebel at the free throw line. Drive. Shot off the glass. Good. Reese Nebel had 15 in the game in Hesston. He's got 11 already. There's Lane Schrog with it. Looking for Ben Weldy. Not there. And a tip out by Reese Nebel. And great defense. And that's Cameron Cox's second foul.
His second personal foul. 19th foul.
Lane Schrog will be at the free throw line shooting a 1-and-1. That's a 9th team foul on Hesston. Cox out with his 2 fouls. A minute 30 left to go. 35 for Hesston, 19 for Smoky Valley. It has been a wild paced game. No on the second free throw, or front end of a 1-and-1 by Lane. 19 for Smoky Valley. 33 for the Swathers. There's Reese Nebel. Shot. Good. He is unconscious. Brumbaugh. 3. No. Rebound. Wow. Lane Schrog gets just wiped out. And on the baseline, Blake Martin must have stepped out of bounds. So it's Viking basketball. Turnover, Hesston. 37-19, an 18-point Swather lead. Here's Jacob Adams. And a foul on Blake Martin. That'll be Blake Martin's second. That's a 10th team foul. Jacob Adams back at the free throw line shooting 2 more. good for Jacob. He's earning his stripes at the free throw stripe. Second one, good as well. 7 out of 8.
Along with number 22, Carson Winholtz.
Carson Winholtz, Blake Hebel, Nick Reinert, Brett Heitschmidt, Jacob Adams on the court for the Vikings for this last minute. Reese Nebel with it out top. It goes to, or that's to Reese from Taves. Taves with it to Nebel, back to Taves. Near side by the Viking bench to Spencer. He's got a 3 in this game. Around it goes to Reese, and we got a foul inside. Jacob Adams gets called for the foul, his second.
His second personal foul, fourth team foul.
Fourth team foul is all on the Vikings, but 2 of them belong to Jacob Adams. Around it goes Taves to Nebel, out top, Martin. Kick out, Spencer. Spencer drive, Heitschmidt with the steal. Heitschmidt to Reinert, to Adams, up and good, and 1. Jacob Adams with the and 1 on possibility.
Fouls on the Swathers, number 22, Landon Spencer. Adams to the line.
And Jacob makes the and 1. 24 Smoky Valley. McDonald on the dribble out top, guarded by Winholtz. Gets double teamed, gets it off to Decker. Around it goes to McDonald. And throws it into the crowd. Heitschmidt, he did tip it. He says, yeah, I did. Almost a turnover. 10 seconds now left. 37-24. Little mini run by the Vikings here finally. Ball's loose and picked up by Reiner. There's a foul on Decker. Can't reach in and hack while Nick Reiner's dribbling the ball. My goodness. Decker picks up his second foul. And Nick Reinert makes the free throw. Nick's having a quiet night so far, but that usually means a big second half for him. Cox back in with 6.9 to go. Coach Raleigh taking a little chance here. Putting Cox in with 2 fouls. We'll see if he can. Offense versus defense, though, it's probably okay. And Reiner, no, on the rebound. That should have been a travel. You can't fall down. Wow. Was that ever a cluster at the end of the quarter? It all ends up being 4-0. And the quarter ends, Smoky Valley 25, Hesston 37. We'll be back to wrap up this half for you after this timeout.
Farmers State Bank of Lindsborg, located at 447 Harrison Street, is proud to support the Smoky Valley Vikings and Bethany Swedes. Good luck, Vikings, and good luck, Swedes. Member FDIC.
People's Bank and Trust is proud to support the Lindsborg community and the athletes at Smoky Valley High School and Bethany College. I'm Ryan Beegard, branch.
Valentine's Day. There will be games, crafts, pizza, and more. For more information or to register your child, please see any Wildfire member or Mrs. Angela DeLiesel. The Wildfires will be dancing tonight to Rumor Has It. The Wildfires are Captain Danny Rogers, Captain Peyton Stevenson, Heather Schreiner, Taylor Barnes, Carissa Kindlesparger, Elena McMillan, and Carrie Elliott. They're under the direction of Mrs. Angela DeLisle. Didn't get a script to the halftime festivities. On behalf of the Smoky Valley Education Foundation, it's my pleasure to present our annual Excellence in Character Awards. President of our foundation is Wanda Esping. Our Vice President, Dave Schrog, is here tonight. And I've asked Principal Bill Nelson to assist with our awards. These are some awards we're very, very proud of because they're voted on by the students. The motto of the Smoky Valley Education Foundation is a pathway to excellence. Each class at Smoky Valley High School selected one student that they believe exemplifies excellence in character. This person has the characteristics that display kindness, compassion, respect for fellow students, and is recognized by their peers as being a good friend. There's no better legacy than to have the respect of your peers and friends. On behalf of the Smoky Valley Education Foundation, it's my pleasure to present the 2018 Freshman Excellence in Education Award and $50 to Madison Odell. Madison is the daughter of Annette and Lynette Odell. Madison will come forward and receive her certificate and check for $50. Our sophomore award this evening goes to Dax Hop. Dax is the son of Dwight Hopp and Jennifer Krob. Unfortunately, Dax isn't here tonight. He is wrestling at Rose Hill, so Dax will not be with us. As a reminder, we will take a picture of all four of them on Tuesday and make sure that's in the paper and that we get that out. Our junior award tonight goes to Conrad Peterson. Conrad is the son of Eric and Cheryl Peterson. Congratulations. And our senior award tonight goes to Trace Scott. Trace is the son of Dan and Lori Scott. Again, these are not selected by the teaching staff or by their grade point average, but they are selected by their peers. So congratulations to all of our Excellence in Education, Excellence in Character Award winners tonight.
hopefully if that's their, best player, we can put a stop to her, and hopefully we can pull out another win.
Well, it'd be nice to. I was going to grab this sheet here and have you look at it with me, because Pratt only has, they're 6-9 on the year, and then you got Larnard coming in, and then we go to Lions. So we got some teams down toward the bottom of the list here how much fun would it be to go on a little roll, get 2 or 3 wins, and then go into sub-state, putting the fear into a team like Nickerson that you only lost by 10 to.
I think that's the hard thing. We started off with such a, difficult season with, teams that are, state bound all the time, and hopefully we can pull off some wins on the end, because I do really think we have a great chance of pulling through at sub-state and getting into that championship game.
Well, we'd love to have that happen to you, and congratulations on I know it's a frustrating season, but you guys are definitely improving and getting better, and something good's going to happen before the end of the year, I can tell.
I sure hope it does. We always try to keep our heads high and know that there's a plan for everything, and hopefully we can pull out a win soon.
There you go. Thank you. Kira Haxton joining me tonight, and we'll see you on Friday.
Thank you for having me.
All right. We'll take our final timeout. When we come back, we'll have the tip-off of the second half. You're listening to Smoky Valley Basketball.
Hello, today I'm here with Blake Hebel. Blake, I'm just going to talk to you a little bit about a couple weeks ago you guys played in the Sterling Invitational. You got 2 victories over there. Just kind of talk about what you guys did well.
Well, we started slow at the tournament, lost to a team we shouldn't have lost to, but we bounced back pretty well, and I think it all started with defense, and we kind of carried that into the 5th place game against Yucatan and got a big win last second, so that was important for us and our confidence.
And then, came back home last Friday against Clay Center. You guys played really well, blew them out. What did you guys do well there?
I think we kind of started to play as a team, something we've been missing this entire season. We just haven't quite clicked yet, and I think we clicked defensively, and we got out in fast break and scored some transition buckets, and it helped us stretch a lead, and then our defense kind of just kept it there.
All right, thanks. Good luck tonight against Hesston.
All right, thank you.
We'll get you on your way to better health and activity. Call 785-227-3308 and ask for physical therapy at Lindsborg Community Hospital.
And welcome back to Smoky Valley Gym. The Vikings get the first possession. They'll start with Reinert, Adams, Hebel, Weldy, and Abel. The same way they started the game. Here's Zach Abel, 3. It's good! Zach Abel starts the second half off with a 3, and the Vikings just like that get it under 10 points. 28-37. Cox with it out top. He'll drive. Kick off to Blake Martin. He'll drive. Shot. No. Rebound, Jacob Adams. Quickly up to Reinert in the front court. Reinert all the way to the lane, and turnover. Number 8 on Smoky Valley. Zach took off before Nick passed, and the pass went out of bounds. A good start for the Smoky Valley Vikings to get a basket and get a missed shot rebound off of Hesston. They must have shot 50 or 60% in the first half. Here's Taves with it outside, inside to Martin. Kick out to Taves. Kick out to Mitchell Martin. Out to Cameron Cox, top of the key, 3, short, rebound, Ben Weldy, up to Reinert. 2 misses in a row for Hesston. Here's Blake Hebel, and he's fouled. Blake Hebel will have free throws. That'll be on Grady Taves, and that's his second, and that's his first foul. Decker has 2. On the same line in my scorebook, and Blake misses a free throw. 28-37, Vikings trail by 9. Second Blake Hebel free throw on the way. And wedges itself between the backboard and the rim and falls in. 29-37. Or 28-37, pardon me. Here's Cox, kick out. Mitchell blocked by Ben Weldy. And here come the Vikings. That is a turnover. Here's Jacob Adams. It's good. Jacob Adams, 30-37. And a foul on the Vikings. Cameron Cox will have 2 free throws.
Number 42, Ben Welding.
That's his first foul, I believe. Cox free throw, good. That's their first points of the quarter.
Esau Bollinger into the game for Hesston.
Gosh, they get a lot of guys in. I don't have a 3 in my book here either, and he gets both free throws. Here's a 3. Reinert missing, and Cox can't control it. Out of bounds it goes. I think they dressed 20 guys tonight. Get it into Nick Reinert, up and good. Nice pass by Zach Abel on the inbound play, 33-39. There's a shot missing. Zach Abel rebound. Quickly up the other way is Zach on it to Reinert at the free throw line. Dumped down, back to Reinert, tipped around, shot up by Nick. No! Loose and picked up by Esau. Off to Nebel. Hesston gets it. What a rugged, tough ball game it is. And Coach Raleigh wants a timeout. We'll step aside as well. 5:28 left to go. 39-33. Hesston by 6. Back right after this.
Hello, Viking fans. Byers here to give you a quick update on what we've got going on this week at Smoky Valley. Today, the varsity wrestling team is at Rose Hill. That meet started at 11 o'clock today and will finish tomorrow. This will be their final meet before they host league on Thursday. Following tonight's games, the basketball teams will not play until they travel to Pratt next Friday. On that Saturday, the 10th, the JV boys team goes to Lyons for their tournament, while the JV girls host their tournament. And that's all we've got going on this week in the Valley.
Well, after all the dust settled, the Vikings now trail by only 6, 39-33. Hesston with the ball in the front court. Esau puts it into Reese Nibble. Near side it comes to Cameron Cox right by the Hesston bench. To Taves out top. He had 9 points in the first half. There's Bollinger in the lane. He's got to get out of the lane. No, there's Reese Nibble. Kick out and a foul. Softest foul we've had all night long. Blake Hebel picks up his first. Hebel kind of got bailed out. Nick Reinert has driven in like that and gotten bumped around way harder than that. Not a foul called. Here's Cox, elevates, shot, no, rebound. Bollinger got it to fall. His first basket of the ball game. Nick Reinert on the dribble. Cox step for step with him. Now, there's exactly what I was talking about. Reese Nebel was all over Nick Reinert, and he didn't get a foul called on him. Nick on the dribble out top. Coach saying, let's get it round. Let's get it run. What play we're calling. Heitschmidt out top with it. Over to Nick. Wanted to trigger a 3. Off to Zach Abel. Good. Zach Abel with a little teardrop. 35-41. 6-point ball game. Here's Cox. Oh, my. Zach Abel was absolutely standing still. That was crazy. Zach Abel was standing completely still, and Cox ran into him. Unbelievable that you could call a foul like that. My goodness. McDonald with it out top to Cox. Inside Esau. Travel. And no foul. Got bailed out. He had a travel. Blake Hebel with the foul.
His second personal, team's fourth.
And Esau. Played at least 12 guys. I don't know how many they've played for sure. Book is so messed up tonight. And he gets them both. 2 points for Esau. 35 Vikings, 43 Hesston. Cole Brumbaugh has checked in for the Vikings. Reinert slowly into the front court at the 4-minute mark. Cole Brumbaugh outside with it. Lane Trog also checked in. Nick Reinert with it. Nick out to Heitschmidt. Back to Nick looking for Jacob. Man, him and Bollinger are battling in there on the blocks. And Bollinger knocks it out of bounds to the Vikings. Heitschmidt will put it in play. 3:41 left to go. Out it goes to Nick. He'll go all the way back court to get it, which is perfectly fine. Into the front court. Cox picks him up. They've gone man-to-man the entire game, and it's a brutal man-to-man. Reinert left alone. Wanted a trigger, didn't. Into Jacob Adams. Unbelievable. He finally called it on. That's his third. Should be his third. It is his third. Heitschmidt, 3-ball. No. Rebound. Hesston. Missing. And a foul. Reese Nebel on the drive. Heitschmidt step for step with him and commits a foul, his first. 5 team fouls now for the Vikings. It has certainly gone the Vikings, not the Vikings' way in this quarter. And Nebel free throw good. Weldy in, Adams out. Weldy, Schrog, Brumbaugh, Heitschmidt, and Reinert on the court for Smoky Valley. Opened it back up to a 10-point lead, 45-35 at the 3:16 mark. Reinert looking for a screen from Heitschmidt, has it. Out to Brett, three-pointer in there. Brett Heitschmidt a 3, 38. Vikings 45. Hesston at the 3-minute mark. Neville out top with it over. It goes to Cox. Inside to Blake Martin, who checked in. Shot up. No. Rebound, Heitschmidt. Good non-foul by Ben Weldy on that drive. Kick out to Lane Schrog. Lane on the dribble out top. Off to Nick. Three-pointer, Nick. Good! Arn Reinert, CPA. Three-pointer by Nick Reinert. 45-41, a 6-0 run by the Vikings now. Getting it within a handful of points. McDonald to Esau. Looking underneath. Blake or Hebel and Reese Nebel with it. And it goes to McDonald. McDonald on the dribble. Out to Cox. Cox on the dribble side of the lane. Cox should be a travel. He can't get that far across the lane without traveling. Nick Reinert picks up the foul, his second. He can't get that far across the lane without traveling. He went from the outside of the lane to the other side of the lane. And the free throw, no good. That's justice a little bit. Taves back in. Mitchell Martin checking back in. And second free throw good. 4 out of 6 from the charity stripe for Cameron Cox. 46. Hesston. Vikings with a chance to cut the lead. They trail by 5 at the moment. Reinert to Weldy. He'll launch a 3. It's good! Another Arn Reinert CPA three-pointer. 44-46, 2-point game at the 150 mark. There's a turnover. 3-on-1 break for the Vikings. Reinert missing. Heitzschmidt blocked. Rebound. Oh! Oh my God. Reese Nebel had the ball at midcourt, took off, went around. I'm afraid this officiating crew has totally lost control of this game. It's a wild scrum out there, and they've just swallowed their whistles on those plays. How do you get up court? Reese Nebel never dribbled the ball from the top of the key till the top of the key. He was fumbling. Part of it wasn't under control, but it was just crazy. They extend their lead to 48-44. Oh, well, it'll be what it'll be. 48-44. Minute 28 left to go. Going to put a full court press on the Vikings. Weldy gets it into Reinert. Unbelievable. Reinert with it in the front court. Drive baseline. Out top to Schrog. To Weldy to Reinert. Out to Heitzschmidt. Out to Brumball. Back to Heitzschmidt. 3-ball. Brett. No. Rebound. Lane Schrog battling for the rebound. And gets hammered down to the ground. If you were watching the Wichita State game last night, Landry Shamet blocking out somebody. That's what they did to Lane Schrog there. They blocked him out. Landry Shamet in a Big 12 or Big NCAA game gets called for a foul. But here in Lindsborg, it isn't. There's Cameron Cox now nails a 3 to go up 51-44. Weldy wanted to shoot a 3, but wouldn't trigger from about 6 or 8 feet beyond the arc. Heitzschmidt with it to Reinert. 30 seconds to go. Reinert. Heitzschmidt. Out top, Weldy. He'll trigger. Saved to Hesston. Lane Schrog went out and got the save. It went right to Hesston. Quickly up to Taves. Back to Nebel. 14 seconds, 13 seconds. They'll try to get the last shot. Cox will dribble, drive. And it's a jump ball. Alternating possession stays with Hesston. 7 seconds left to go. Unbelievable pace and action in this game tonight. Seven seconds left. Cox will put it in play. Looking to Martin. Out to Taves. Back to Cox. Cox elevates shot. No. Oh, there's Zach Abel gets driven to the ground on a rebound. Nothing called, and it is the end of the quarter. Thank God, quarter number 3 is over. 44-51. We'll be back with quarter number 4 right after this.
Do you know what major TV networks, Hall of Fame athletes, wineries, pubs, famous chefs, and brides and grooms from across the country have in common? They all purchase custom-etched glassware at glassdecorators.com. EmsloyGlassDecorators.com have been providing carefully etched glass for nearly 30 years. An effective tool for company branding, etched glasses are also perfect for school and civic groups, special occasions, and that one-of-a-kind gift they won't find anywhere else. Emsloyd Scandinavian Specialties and GlassDecorators.com, supporting Smoky Valley athletics since 1984.
at Smoky Valley Gym. Viking basketball to start the quarter. Abel, Schrag, Winholtz, Adams, and Hebel. Martin, Bollinger, Cox, Taves, and Nebel on the court for the Swathers. Lane Schrag brings it into the front court on the dribble, guarded by Taves, off to Jacob Adams, directing traffic from outside the arc. Bollinger on him. There's a hand check. It's both hands on his side, nothing called. There's Abel out top. Abel looking, now goes to Jacob Adams. Just can't have that much contact. And there's Jacob Adams going for, he just can't.
Number 1, Cameron Cox.
Cox picks up his third foul. Jacob Adams at the free throw line, 8 of 9 in the first half. He can continue on where he left off, and he does. Lane Schrag out, Nick Reinert in. Nick got a little break there between the end of the third and the start of the fourth. 45 Vikings and 46. Out of both. First 2 points of the quarter belong to the Vikings. Around it goes to Martin. Out to Bollinger, around to Nebel. Still on the dribble, off it goes to Taves. Baseline to Mitchell. Little Mitchell. Cox with it out top. Goes over to Taves. On the near Nebel at the free throw line. Kick out. Cox 3. Baseline corner swish. Wow. 54 Hesston. Smoky Valley has 46. 8-point game. Here's Jacob Adams inside. Good. 48. 6:41 mark. 54-48. 6-point lead. Hesston with the ball. Nebel on the dribble to the top. Over to Mitchell. Around to Cox. He's been a tough competitor. They're good. How does he get that shot off? Just a little teardrop in the middle to score. 56 Hesston. Here's Reinert. 3 ball. No. Rebound Hesston. 6:08 to go. 56-48. 8-point Hesston lead. Got to get some stops. Can't let Cox drive. Cox inside to Martin. Backdoor cut. Nebel. Good. Wow. Beautiful, beautiful play. Give him credit where credit is due. 58-48. 10-point Hesston lead and timeout Smoky Valley. Timeout Smoky Valley will step aside as well. Hesston leads it by 10. Back right after this.
Don Bingston is your local Farm Bureau Financial Services agent and is proud to be in his 12th year as voice of the Vikings. Good luck, Vikings, and good luck, Swedes, in all your activities this year. Did you know you can purchase custom-etched glassware at the Hemsloyd? It's a perfect one-of-a-kind gift. Hemsloyd Scandinavian Specialties and GlassDecorators.com, supporting Smoky Valley and Bethany Athletics since 1984.
Back at Smoky Valley Gym. Hesston with a 10-point lead at the 5:49 mark. Finally get it in. Reese Nebel, a very, very good player. About the same size. Here's Weldy inside. Great pass by Jacob Adams. Ben Weldy's got 10 points in double figures. It goes 58-50. And a foul inside somewhere. Going to be 1-1 now. Back Abel gets called for the foul, his second. Only Abel got zapped at the end of that third quarter. Nothing got called on that play. He got zapped when Cox ran into him on that dribble, standing right in the lane, never moved. Got a big foul call. There's a miss on the free throw by Spencer. Here's Zach Abel. No. Rebound. Taves inside. Off it goes to Spencer, to Nebel. Around it goes to Taves. Baseline Spencer. 3-ball. Why are they so unconscious? Just missed a free throw. Then he knocks down a three-pointer. And foul on the floor. Reese Nebel. His first. Unbelievable. A guy can play as hard as he plays and have only one foul at this stage of the game. But that's the way it is. Nick Reiner to put it in play. Off to Ben Weldy. Out to Cole Brumbaugh. To Reinert. And Blake Martin gets called for a whole... They got away with it the whole game. And all of a sudden, wondering why they're getting called for the foul. They should have been called for way more fouls than they've been called for, although they got called for a lot in the first half. Wasn't enough. There's Ben Weldy with it out top. Martin, and there's Heitschmidt 3, missing. Rebound. Blake Martin just shoved Jacob Adams out of the way. He gives up about 20, 30 pounds at least to Jacob Adams. Ben Weldy's a better matchup size-wise. Here's Blake Martin. Cox, double teamed in the corner. Has the ball knocked away. Ben Weldy racing to get it. Has it. Ben Weldy miss. Jacob Adams miss and blocked. And Jacob Adams will be back at the free throw line shooting 2. Just unbelievable what they call and don't call. That is the second foul on Spencer. Jacob Adams at the free throw line again. And he gets a friendly roll. Made 12 of 13 free throws so far. Great job, Jacob. That one too strong. 51-61. 4 minutes and 12 seconds left to go. Pass. A shot inside. Brumbaugh with the foul. It's going to be his first. It's going to be the 8th on the Vikings. Spencer at the free throw line shooting 2. He missed one front end of a 1-and-1 a little while ago. That one is good. Taves in. Martin, little Martin out. 62. And 63. Got them both after missing one. 63-51. Vikings down by a dozen. Reiner to Weldy. Weldy out to Adams. Around. Wanted to go to Heitschmidt, but didn't get there. Dribble it off to Cole Brumbaugh. Brumbaugh with it up into Weldy. And Reese Nebel will pick up his foul number 2. Ben Weldy at the line for a 1-and-1. 3:43 left to go. Vikings trail by a dozen. And can't make it. The luck of the foul called when it was called. It could have been an and one and made the basket, but they called it before the shot. No, well, he didn't get the basket, and then we missed the free throw. Now there's a pass, a bad pass by Cox. Here's Reinert, 3-ball. Good! Nick Reinert buries a 3, 54 Smoky Valley. 63 Hesston. 9-point lead. Cox double team, gets it off to Taves. Spencer, 3. No, but the Vikings can't get the rebound. Long rebound comes to Reese Nebel. Would have been loved to have that long rebound go our way, but it wouldn't go. Off it goes to Spencer. And Reinert gets called for the foul, his third. .305 left to go. 54-63 at the free throw line. Spencer, who just made 2 a moment ago. This one's a 1-and-1. Missed the front end of a 1-and-1 earlier. And he missed the front end of this 1-and-1. Vikings need him to miss a few more. Reinert inside to Jacob Adams. Jacob, good. Jacob Adams with 2 more. 56-63, 7-point deficit. Cox. Taves in the backcourt, stolen by Reinert. And that's the 4th foul on Cameron Cox. That's a huge foul. One and one for Nick Reinert.
4th personal on Cox. 8th team foul.
Nick at the free throw line. Swish. I said when Nick doesn't have a big first half, sometimes the second half gets pretty filled up. It's starting to fill up a little bit. If he makes this, it'll be his 10th point in this half. 58 for the Vikings. 2:36 left to go. Hesston gets it in the front court. Nebel gets it out to Cox. Cox back to Nebel. They'll match up. Going to trap, or they're going to go man? They're going to go man. Brumball. Oh, and a pass right to Heitschmidt. Up and good. 60 Smoky Valley, 63 Hesston. It's a 9-0 run for the Vikings. Taves didn't shoot it for some reason. He should have put that up, but he didn't. Thank goodness. And a steal by the Vikings. Cole Brumball with it. Out to Reinert. Looked at a 3, didn't trigger. Inside, and one. They waved the basket off again. They waved the basket off again. Oh, my goodness. Hesston timeout. 1:54 left to go. 63 Hesston, 60 Smoky Valley. Back after this timeout.
Bethany College Swedes succeed. Bethany students lead lives of faith, learning, and service as they find their own.
Hello everyone, today I'm here with senior basketball player Brett Heitschmidt. Brett, I just want to start off with asking you about your injury and kind of the process of getting back out there.
Yeah, so our first game of the season, I injured my Achilles, and I just recently started playing again. So how many weeks is that? Like,
yeah,
a couple months.
Yeah.
So I mean, it kind of stunk since it was my senior season, but it's good. It's definitely good to be back.
And so, upcoming game tonight against Hesston. What are some of the keys to victory?
Well, Hesston's a really, really good basketball team. They're really well coached, and they have a lot of athletes. So if we just, keep them off the boards and really box out tonight, and just kind of trust ourselves and trust our teammates, I think we'll have a really good chance.
All right, thanks. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
For the Vikings, and maybe more, is Nick Reinert at the free throw line here. Reinert free throw, good. It's in, 161. Get them both, 62. It's an 11-0 run now for Smoky Valley. 1-point ball game, 63-62, a minute 54 left to go. Vikings full court press. Martin, Cox, in the backcourt. Here's Bollinger. And that one counts. Bollinger come out laughing. He knew he shouldn't have got that. He's going to foul him good enough to not make the basket. Weldy with the foul, his second. They threw a couple of good passes to get there. That ends the Vikings' run, 11-0 run. It will be tense down the stretch. Ken Bollinger, he hadn't shot a free throw all night. Can he make a free throw? Yes, he does. Laughing about it for whatever reason. 66. Comes Reinert into the front court. Reinert, three ball. Good! Nick Reinert makes it a 1-point game at the 1:33 mark. Nebel in the backcourt looks confused. Dribbling it. Baseline Martin. Good. Blake Martin, who got checked in, got it back to 68-65. Reinert, and that's a fifth foul. Call a technical. Call a technical. Cox fouls out. Cox fouls out of the ball game. That's 5. Cox fouls out. He's gone. 16 points, fouled out with a minute 17 left to go. Spencer in. Reinert. With 2 free throws. Reinert good. 66. 68. And baited them both. 67. Back to a 1-point game. Minute 17 left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 free throws and 2 threes. Arn Reinert CPA threes for Nick in this quarter. 14 points in the quarter and the half for Nick. Martin gets it in, and a foul. We're gonna all of a sudden clean it up. Blake Hebel guilty of the foul. That'll put Reese Nibble on the line for 2. Unbelievable soft foul again called. Nibble at the free throw line to shoot 2. First one up. Oh, boy, did he get a friendly roll there. That went all around the basket, backboard, and everywhere else, and went through. Weldy, Heitschmidt, and Brumbaugh in for Smoky Valley, joining Adams and Reinert. 67-69. And 70 makes them both. And 15 to go. Here comes Reinert. Vikings trail by 3. Reinert off to Jacob, out to Nick. That's a foul. Rebound, Ben Weldy off to Heitschmidt. Still got plenty of time. Off to Nick. Goodness sakes, what do they have to do to get a foul? But Nick Reinert gets to the basket and gets the basket in. 48 seconds left to go. And a timeout on the court will step aside as well. 69-70, Vikings trail by 1. Back right after this 30-second timeout.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you in part by the Bank of Teskin.
Hello, Viking fans. Byers here to give you a quick update on what we've got going on this week at Smoky Valley. Today, the varsity wrestling team is at Rose Hill. That meet started at 11 o'clock today and will finish tomorrow. This will be their final meet before they host league on Thursday. Following tonight's games, the basketball teams will not play until they travel to Pratt next Friday. On that Saturday, the 10th, the JV boys team goes to Lions for their tournament, while the JV girls host their tournament. And that's all we've got going on this week in the Valley.
And back after the made basket, it'll be Abel Winholtz, Schrog, Reinert, and Hebel on the court, the defensive group for the Vikings. Mitchell Martin tried to get it in, does to Spencer. Spencer double teamed on the baseline. Off it goes to Nebel, way back in the backcourt. He's got to get it into the front court. He does finally. Somehow stays in bounds, and Carson Winholtz. Oh my goodness! Carson Winholtz with an excellent steal, and Nebel gets bailed out with a foul. Unbelievable. Carson Winholtz, beautiful play. Everybody in the Viking side, but he was dribbling the ball way out in front of him, and Carson swatted the ball away. He probably got his hand, but what a great play. Reese Nebel will have to match Nick Reinert with free throws here. Nebel at the free throw line, 1 point game, 34 seconds. Bingo, got it. Weldy, Adams, Heitschmidt checking in for the Vikings. Second free throw, got it too. Trading baskets. 72-69, 3-point. Reinert gets a screen, wanted to shoot, didn't. And a reach-in foul on Martin. They haven't called it all night, and then they're calling it, and they're upset. It's a reach-in foul. Jacob Adams at the free throw line. He missed one of two a little bit ago. Back at the free throw line, shooting two. That's the fourth foul on Blake Martin. Jacob can't get it there. Couldn't make a free throw at the end of the Southeast of Saline game in the Sterling Invitational Tournament. Come on, Jacob, put it in, buddy. You can do it. Be a 2-point game if he makes it. Perfect. Coach Snyder calling a timeout. We'll keep this one right here as the Vikings now have to decide what to do. 27 seconds left to go. What do you do here? Do you foul quickly? Go for the steal. You don't foul quick because if anybody handles this ball but Reese Nebel, I'll be surprised. But the Vikings will have to try to get the steal. If they don't get the steal, then they'll have to foul. But they barely got it across the half-court time last possession, so we'll see what happens with it in this possession. Vikings defensive group will be on the court, I think. Looks like they're going to put their defensive group in. Hebel, Winholtz, Schrog. Winholtz got the great steal last time, but got called for the foul. Can we get it again? It'll be Mitchell Martin put it in play. Spencer, Blake Martin, the big guy, will try to go down there to help get it. Reese Nebel, the best ball handlers up here at half-court line. Try to get it put in. They get it into Taves. Taves to Mitchell. Down the other end, knocked away by Winholtz, and it'll go out of bounds. But Carson Winholtz got his hand on it, and it went out of bounds. 20 seconds left to go. Vikings down 2. Blake Reese Nebel will put the ball in play. Can't move. Gets it into Spencer, around to Taves, out to Nebel. They're going to have to foul him. And a timeout called by Hesston. This time we'll step aside. 11 seconds left to go. 72-70 in favor of Hesston. Back right after this.
Game day starts and finishes at Farley's Bar and Grill in downtown Lindsborg. Located at 101 North Main.
Reinert, Winholt, Schrog, Abel, and Hebel put the ball in play. Mitchell Martin will put it in play. Far side of the court, across from the Hesston bench. Want to get it into Reese Nebel, who's trying to get it into him. There's a steal for the Vikings. Get it up to Reinert. Missed it. Lane Schrog rebound. Missed it. Blake Hebel rebound. Foul. 2.9 seconds to go. Nick Reinert missed a shot. Lane Schrog missed a shot. Unbelievable chances there at the buzzer, not at the buzzer, but Blake Hebel at the free throw line got a knockdown free throw. Made 1 of 2 earlier. Got to knock down them both. If you don't knock them down, the Vikings are certainly going to have to foul before they put it in play. In and out, no good. Is he going to miss it or is he going to make it? Coach Schneider will call a timeout. Got to be a full, but we'll keep it right here. What a fantastic finish for the Vikings here. They've just got a chance, but the decision has to be made. Are we going to miss it on purpose? Try to get the rebound, try to get the putback with just 2.9 seconds. Yeah, that seems like the best scenario. So he may ask Blake Hebel to shoot it strong and miss it. The thing you got to be careful of, if you shoot it strong and miss it, you got to hit the rim. So you got to hit the rim, or you got to aim at the front of the rim, or aim at the back of the rim. If you aim at the backboard and don't hit the rim, then it's automatically out of bounds to Hesston. So you got to be careful. So a lot of things to think about and get this done. But the Vikings have to come up with a possession of the ball. Blake Martin, their 6'6" guy, will be in. Nebel, Taves, Mitchell Martin, and Spencer for the Vikings. Weldy, Reinert, Hebel, Heitschmidt, and Jacob Adams. Blake Hebel at the free throw line. Will he miss it or will he make it? Missed it. Rebound, Jacob Adams. He missed it. Game's over. I think I heard the buzzer sound. The game's over. Blake Hebel missed it. Jacob had a shot at it and didn't make it. And our final score from Smoky Valley Gym, Hesston 72, Smoky Valley 70. We'll be back to wrap it up for you after this timeout.
Game day starts and finishes at Farley's Bar and Grill in downtown Lindsborg. Located at 101 North Main, this upscale, one-of-a-kind establishment offers a wide variety of drink and food specials. Come try their jalapeno poppers, coconut chicken tenders, or their classic Monte Cristo. Then wash it down with an ice-cold beer or tall glass of wine. Farley's Bar and Grill at the corner of Lincoln and Main in downtown Lindsborg. Farley's, your game day headquarters for the Smoky Valley Vikings and Bethany Swedes. Auburn Pharmacy is your local hometown Lindsborg pharmacy, located at 216 North Harrison Street, proudly supporting the Smoky Valley Vikings and Bethany Swedes.
Do you know what major TV networks, Hall of Fame athletes, wineries, pubs, famous chefs, and brides and grooms from across the country have in common? They all purchase custom-etched glass at glassdecorators.com. Hempsloyd glassdecorators.com has been providing carefully crafted etched glass for nearly 30 years. An effective tool for company branding, etched glasses are also perfect for school and civic groups, special occasions, and that one-of-a-kind gift they won't receive anywhere else. Hempsloyd Scandinavian Specialties and glassdecorators.com, supporting Smoky Valley athletics since 1984.
This is the Smoky Valley Vikings postgame show. Coming up, the Salina Ortho Player of the Game, scores from around the area, final stats, and an interview with the coach. This is Smoky Valley Vikings basketball on 95.5 The Rock.
Well, how do you talk about what happened in this game? Unbelievable finish, tense. Vikings with a steal and a chance to tie it up, and missing a shot, getting a rebound, missing another shot, getting a rebound, missing another shot, then missing free throws and getting the rebound. Jacob with a chance to tie it up. What chance after chance after chance, and absolutely couldn't get it done. But what a thrilling victory here for the Vikings, or victory for the Swathers, losing to the Vikings. The Swathers winning it tonight by the score of 72-70. I'm totally confused and totally frustrated. But the scoring total went like this: Esau 2, Mitchell Martin 2, 3 for Bollinger, 4 for Martin. Blake Martin, their big guy inside, only 4 points. 8 points, Landon Spencer. 9 points, Grady Taves. And then in double figures, 16 points, fouling out Cameron Cox, and 23 points for Reese Sneebel. 6 of 6 from the free throw line in the second half with a couple of buckets. He had 13 at half, 10 in the second half. For the Vikings, 1 point, Blake Hebel. 2 points, Lane Schrog. He had a chance at the end. Blake Hebel had a chance at the end with free throws. 5 points, Zach Abel. 6 points, Brett Heitschmidt. And then in double figures, 10 points, Ben Weldy. 22 points, Jacob Adams. 22 points, Nick Reinert. In just a phenomenal game for the Vikings. But they trailed at the 4-minute mark, 63-51. Trailed by 12. Went on an 11-0 run to get it to 63-62. And then it basically went back and forth from there on. But from the 4-minute mark, the Vikings put together a rally, and what a rally it was. And you're going to be upset that you lost that game, but what a tremendous, tremendous battle for that victory. And anything that could have got it into overtime would have been good for the Vikings, but it just wasn't to be. And the Vikings end up falling by the score of 72-70. In girls action in the first game, it was all Hesston, a 12-0 run to start the game, and they never looked back, pushing the Vikings to 33-13, a 20-point halftime lead, and they win it going away by the score of 60-34 in girls action. But in the boys action, down by, I don't know what their biggest deficit was. It was 33-14, a 19-point deficit. I believe it was 16-point deficit, something like that. But crazy, crazy, crazy game here tonight from Smoky Valley Gym, and unbelievably frustrating and unbelievably challenging, and I don't know how many things to say about this game, but just one little break here, one little break there, and Carson Winholtz with a great steal that got called a foul, and every little thing that could have gone our way just went Hesston's way tonight, it seemed like.
Yeah, I was extremely pleased with our guys' effort. I thought in the first half, and all we talked about at halftime was the fact that they didn't miss a lot of shots. It felt like everything they were shooting was going in. I didn't necessarily feel like we played that poorly defensively. I just felt like everything that we were either a half step slow on or even had a hand up in the face, they were knocking down. I don't know what specifically their numbers were as far as percentages, but
it had to be good in that first half.
Yeah, it felt good. And I didn't feel like we had executed quite as well as we needed to offensively. Really, I felt like at half that it was a difference of them making shots and us not. I don't think Brett hit a 3 in the first. I don't think Nick hit a 3 in the first.
No.
I think our only 3 came from Ben, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
And we had a lot of looks, but we just weren't able to finish plays. I think we got down by as many as 17 or 18 there for a small stretch. And again, our task in the second half was just to chip away at that a little bit and give ourselves a chance to win. And I thought we did that about as well as we could have possibly asked. I think the things we can look back on maybe a little bit tonight that we didn't do as well that would have probably finished the game for us is, we didn't quite shoot as well as I would have liked from the foul line, considering we got there 33 times, I think. That's what our girls had.
It was a lot, yeah.
21 for 33. You know, we left 12 points hanging right there. And then some we had some shots that just seemed like they wanted to roll out for us. Nick got to the rim a couple of times, and it just didn't want to fall. We had a tough, what looked like it might be an and one that was called on the floor.
Yeah.
That maybe we get 3 out of. You know, I know we were the beneficiary of more free throws than they were, but at the same time, I still thought maybe there were some calls that maybe could have gone our way. Like you said, the call out front with Carson Windholtz where I thought we had all ball. But, you know, credit to our guys that were out there at the end and all of our guys. But, it's, you know, those guys at the end, 11 seconds, and we end up getting the steal. And we have a chance to go down. I think we got 2 attempts at the basket and a rebound out of it where we got fouled. And we couldn't knock down any of those. And then, you know, we missed the free throw, and we had a free throw rebound set up, and doggone it if we didn't get it. We actually told Blake to miss it to the right side, and instead he missed it to the left, and Jacob was going exactly where we wanted. We have a guy on both sides, and, you know, I don't know if he got pushed under there or not. It was hard to see. You know, there's a lot of bodies in there. And, you know, again, we have that opportunity. We have a chance to tie it, and we don't quite get it. And, again, I can't fault our guys' effort at all. I thought we played hard. I thought we played strong. I thought we were doing a great job finishing plays. They just have some athleticism that is tough for us. Again, Nick has 22 tonight. Jacob 22. Have Ben with 10. And I thought our post players' points were about as hard earned as you could possibly ask for tonight. They had to go to war every single time in that paint, and they did, and our guards did a nice job finding them. Zach hit a couple of shots again for us tonight, and, you know, again, we're just trying to get everybody in that rhythm, and we just
you'll still learn from this game. It's a game that you learn that some things you can do. I mean, this is a good Hesston team. I don't know if I'd call them a great Hesston team, but they had some lucky threes, it seemed like. They were just bombing them from the outside, but when you fight as hard as you do and work as hard as you do, and it's just one of those games that it's so hard to put a descriptor on it. It's just the effort. Like you said, you cannot fault their effort. What's one bit.
Yeah, you know, our guys are hurting a lot just because you put a lot of effort into something, and you should hurt if it doesn't go your way. But we did talk about the fact that, you know, we've got to use this as a learning experience. If we missed a free throw tonight, we should be in here working on our free throws. We should be challenging ourselves. If we missed a putback, we need to have somebody hammering on us and work on putbacks. If we, you know, weren't happy with how we shot the ball, we need to use this as a springboard to the rest of the season. Again, you know, we always talk about getting on a roll and starting to get things clicking. You know, tonight was one of those nights you've got to use a loss to get you going back in that good direction again. You know, we don't want to take any losses, but if we're going to lose, we're going to have to lose in a hard-fought battle that's going to make us better. I think, you know, playing a team like Hesston like this makes us better as we get closer to the end of the season, and we need to use that, thrive off of it, and look forward to our next game next Friday and get ready to go.
As you mentioned, you need to start working on free throws. There goes Blake Hebel to the free throw line to shoot some free throws. He's going to take you up on that. I'm going to make some free throws here at the other end.
You know, I couldn't be more proud of our kiddos.
Absolutely.
They know what they want to accomplish. They're a proud bunch of guys, and
Mom has to go out there and console him a little bit, but great job for Blake to go out there and put some effort on that. And it's just a tough situation, but you got to turn the calendar. You get a week off. You got to practice a little longer and work on some things before you go to Pratt.
Yeah, we'll start watching our Pratt films this week. We've got the week, Tuesday off, so we'll go ahead and be in here every day, but we'll just go kind of light early in the week and get some shooting and stuff in and get some things, sharpen our sword a little bit, as Coach Nelson has always said. And that's what our task is going to be. You know, we got 4 games to finish this season up, and we got to be ready to go. So that's our key. We got Pratt, and then we turn around and go to Lions. Got Larned at home for senior night and Think Pink night, and then we turn around and finish up at Hillsboro. So not any easy ones on our schedule. We got to come to play every night.
It will be, and we appreciate you coming out. It's always a pleasure to get your thoughts on the game, and we'll see you next Friday in Pratt.
Thanks, Donnie.
Doug Snyder of the Vikings, and again, the Vikings with such a great effort tonight, but coming up 2 points short, and Blake Hebel out there on the court working on free throws, so he's going to keep working and do his best to get just a little bit better. So it is frustrating to lose, but it is tremendous effort tonight, boy, for the Vikings. Vikings back in action next Friday. They go to Pratt, so no game on Tuesday, and we'll be back with you for that game. Again, our finals tonight. Smoky Valley girls lose 60-34. Smoky Valley Vikings, a nail-biter loss in the boys' action by the score of 72-70. For Jared back at the station, this is Don wishing everybody a very pleasant good night. Make sure you remember Bethany College in action tomorrow against Tabor at home in Hahn Gymnasium, and MAYB throughout all the gyms here in Lindsborg. We won't be at the college, but all the other gyms will be at tomorrow, 3rd grade through 8th grade, and it'll be a lot of fun all day tomorrow for that as well. Take care, everyone. James will have the call for you tomorrow night on 95.5 starting at 5 o'clock. Take care, everyone. Good night.
People's Bank.